Well, welcome to my living room and the tradition of Christmas decorating. What are you doing today, Maureen? Typically, we always decorate December 1st. That is the tradition. And of course, at Christmas time, there's usually some traditions that you would regularly do to get prepared for Christmas. Like one of mine is having Fraser fir candles that give you that really wonderful pine smell. I love to have these lit. Well, it's because we have an artificial tree, so it's not giving, the really nice smell. So it just brings the fragrance that's needed to make it feel like there is a real Christmas tree in my home. To get ready, we typically have our tree always over at this corner, but I've acquired some extra furniture, so that always has to get moved out. But I wanted to talk about traditions, so I have to do some taking away just so that we can have some putting up. Mice?
Probably really tiny ones. Hard to say. No.
Good. No!
Yeah, maybe.
Last one. For this Vlogmas, I want to talk about traditions. We all have our traditions that we do and create. I love opening up the boxes and seeing it's like Christmas with the Christmas decorations and all the memories. And that is what these traditions create, is memories of the past that you keep bringing into your present, so that they can be passed on. We have some very interesting decorations. This does have a name. It is a newcomer, and it's just kind of weird looking. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but because it's become this new kind of this creepy elf addition to our family, it gets to stay. I went through loving snowmen, so this is a lot of my snowman box. But this year, the traditions have changed, and they've changed a lot because I've had 2 children move away from the island to the mainland. So for them to come home, it's very expensive. Not to mention time consuming. It makes it very difficult for them to make their way home. And so we had to do a lot of dipsy doodling to try to figure out when everybody could come. So I'll be doing 2 Christmas dinners this year. When I was a young mom, that was a typical thing. And what we had was called the in-laws and the outlaws Christmas. So we would, one year it would be Christmas with my family, and then the second year would be Christmas with the outlaws. So that is an adjustment and a change with my own children becoming adults and moving away that I have to learn how to flow and adapt with. And one of my kidults, she won't even be able to come home at all. And she wasn't home for Christmas last year, so we do FaceTime, which I'm grateful for. Let's have a look, see what I'm doing wrong. That one needs to change. We need one right up front. Even my tree has changed since I moved here. We used to have a full-sized tree, and I had all homemade decorations. Because growing up, Christmases from my child perspective, getting gifts, that was always really a lot of fun. But there was always a lot of turmoil in the home, and it just made for a very negative experience the older I got. So when I became a young mom, that negative experience as a child, moved into myself with it as an adult. And I wasn't really fond of preparing and getting ready for Christmas. And that's where I made a new tradition for my own home with my children. And that's when I started making all my own decorations. So everything was handmade and everything was beautiful. But a lot of that I left back in my hometown when we moved down here. And one of the reasons, getting a nice small tree was something that would fit if we didn't have a big enough space. And with those decorations, it was just too much to bring. So, I sold a lot and gave a lot away. I do have a few little things, again, for that nostalgic and memory of what my decorating style used to be when I was a young mom. With this decorating style, super simple, just the pencil tree with the lights already added in, and then just these white poinsettias, and then just red balls. Another new thing that I have to adapt to this year is decorating by myself. I have, in 36 years, this is the first time that I've ever had to decorate my home by myself, because my kidults have moved away and the other kidults are working. I was going to do it on Sunday, but we ran out of time. So the great thing was that Josiah was able to bring in all the boxes and then move the furniture away, and then we just ran out of time and just couldn't continue. So I just left it, and then last night, again, just because of the busyness of the season, Marissa did set up the tree. So she did that for me, which is awesome. But it's a strange feeling of, not doing our typical traditions. When my kids were young and we were getting ready to decorate, we would always put on Luther Vandross's Mistletoe Jam. And there's a line in the song that says, "Everybody kiss somebody." And so as we're decorating, we would stop and everybody would get a kiss on their cheek. And then we would move into other Christmas music. And of course, Vince Guaraldi's Charlie Brown Christmas would be played. Linus and Lucy. Christmas isn't Christmas until Linus and Lucy and the Skating are played. But because I'm making this vlog, I can't actually have music playing because there would be copyrights, right? So I'm doing it in the silence. I was playing it in the background when Josiah was helping me clean up in here. Put one under here. The other thing that will be added, of course, to the tree is all my kidults, all their keepsake ornaments, and I usually just leave them out and they all put them on themselves. This gift bag that my children got gifts from their grandfather, and we just kept it, and then I just put some stuffing in it, so we always have this little sweet gift bag under the tree. And I love my little Yulinesson, and I love this snowman. He is so cute. So he sits up here. Cross your leg. There you go. So we've got the tree up in our little Christmas corner. All done. Oh. So here are some of those decorations that I had made. My theme and color was all burgundy and gold. And so I just got some balls and then put some ribbons on them. But I made hundreds of these balls. And then, if I had a swag or a big wreath, it would be filled in those, and then these all went on the tree with other gold ornaments. And then as well, one point in my life, I used to crochet, and so I have all these beautiful crocheted snowflakes. Those I didn't get rid of because these would be keepsakes for my own children. But as I said, sometimes we have things in our lives that we need to turn around and change, to make things better for ourselves and for those around us. And so moving into a different theme and style was very good when we made the move here. For me to let go of that past, it was the fact that I had a negative experience growing up, then started to create this new kind of experience just to make myself feel better. And now it's like, I don't need those things anymore, and I can start fresh again. Another wonderful thing is when I open up a box and I see the beautiful angel that my mother bought me. And so this one goes up in my kitchen. Here are 2 topiary balls, again, that I had made many, many years ago. And again, these gonna go in my kitchen dining room. hooks is missing here. So for now, we'll just leave it here till I can get the hook replaced. Another sweet memory is this little basket. It was one that my husband made, and it goes out on our mailbox. So a little bit of brightness and a little bit of something made from him. Another fun tradition are these really pretty snowflakes. And they're very, very thin. They're quite fragile. It's some sort of plastic, but they do break. And I bought them years ago in my hometown. They were very expensive. And it was like, oh, Maureen, you can't afford them. But I just loved the idea of, you know, snowflakes in the window. And here on Vancouver Island, we don't get much snow. So I tied a piece of fishing line on them, and we've always hung them up in the window. So this has been another little family tradition. And with no snow, it's nice when you can have a little bit of fake snow here in the window. And so we would hang them in the window, and my husband actually would use the black electrician's tape and make panes. We did that for quite a few years, and our windows at that house were big like these ones, and so it just really looked beautiful. But you know, I kind of got away from it, and because it's a bit of a drag to have to pull it all off. So it's like, nah, let's not do the window panes anymore. So we stopped doing that. And I just leave the push pins up all year round, so they're always ready to go. This is the box with all the kids' keepsake ornaments in them. And I have this one from when I was a little girl, and it was called Angel Hair. And I believed that it was real angel hair. Each year we would take turns getting to put it on. And all it is just fiberglass, but it was a very sacred Christmas ball for me. And then we have this little wee one, which I usually let one of my kids put it on, and it was a little Christmas bell that my husband made it, so one of the kids usually gets to put that on. I have these beautiful little pencil people, I always called them. They used to always go on my mantle, and it was all decorated beautifully. I had a fireplace at my other home. And of course, a very fun tradition that we have that my husband started years ago was, let's have the biggest turkey for dinner. I did do a short of when I received the turkey. The bag started to make some condensation on it, so it started to fog up, so you couldn't really see the pieces, but I'm gonna let you see it big and in person right now. Okay, here they are. Last year's was 29. This year, these were 48 pounds. Hokey Dinah. She didn't have bags big enough, so she had to cut it in half. But, so this is 24 pounds, and it's just massive. When you get a homegrown turkey, the meat on it is amazing, the flavor is amazing, but just like, if I put these two parts together, I wouldn't be able to carry it. It'd be so big. So it's a fun tradition that we have. So yes, I'm going to be feeding people forever. Please come for Christmas dinner. Another tradition and memory are my globes. When they first started coming out at the box store, I used to get one every year. We've only had one casualty, but it still winds up and it still sounds beautiful. And last but not least was all the red tulle going up above here. I've never put that up, and I don't really look that I've done a really great job of it, but it's up because it's very stiff, and so as you're putting one part up, the next part's falling down. So there is some little finishing nails sticking up, and so I was able to kind of tack it on. But I have just some of my weightier type of little snowman-y things, and I'm gonna put this last one up. There you go. Oh, don't fall down. They help to keep the tool up there and just make it look pretty. So that's a wrap for me. First time in 36 years to decorate my home by myself. It's a little bit sweet and a little bit sorrowful at the same time that, you know, life is changing and moving forward. And so it is that thing where one has to adapt and make the best of it and not let it be something that takes you down, you know. So I'm starting a new tradition, and I'm creating some new memories. And as my family grows, then so do my new memories and my future. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care. God bless.